What a wacky wild card weekend. Before I get started dissecting today's division round playoff games, let's take a quick look back at last weekend's first round action, where you had three underdogs win outright, including a pair of road dogs in the Jets and the Ravens. Now, what a surprise. The Puppies grabbed the cash again in Las Vegas. Do you realize the underdogs have barked loud and clear 9 times the past 11 weeks in the NFL, as the Pups have gone a combined 86, 66, and 5 against the spread in that span, 20 games over 500. Hi, everyone. I'm DeMarco, General Manager and Lead Analyst for the world's largest online sports handicapping community. And today I'm going to be breaking down your Saturday games between the Ravens, Colts, and Saints Cards. Before I do, however, as you all know, there was no more devastating dog than the Cardinals last week. Most gamblers on the Cowboys and Patriots last weekend was sentiment split on the Jets-Bengals, but make no mistake, everyone was in love with Green Bay at Arizona. And that line moved for various reasons, from the Cardinals being a 3-point chalk early in the week to a 3-point home dog by game time. And when Arizona prevailed in overtime, bookmakers and sports books rejoiced, while gamblers and most handicappers, I've got to be honest, got absolutely crushed. Now, a couple of other significant trends to update you on. Road teams are now 136, 119, and 5 versus the odds makers on the season, thanks to the Ravens and the Jets both winning outright on the road last week. And the one trend that delivers week after week, well, it's coming off a 4-0 sweep in the wild card round as the straight-up winners won a perfect 4-0 against the spread. Big surprise there, right, guys? I mean, if you've been following this show week after week, I've been telling you the straight-up winners in the regular season went 199, 52, and 5 versus the odds makers, covering at a 79.3% clip on the year. That's over 83% if you were to include preseason games back in August, and a 4-0 sweep to kick off the postseason. Now, as for the divisional round of the playoffs, there are a couple of significant trends to keep in mind as we approach these 4 games starting today. First, pesky road underdogs. You've always got to keep them in mind. 16-8 against the spread since 2003, including 10-2. 10-2 the past 3 years combined. Second, favorites of 7 to 9.5 points are 24-18 versus the odds makers, dating back to 1975. Also, going back to 1975, there's been 136 division round games played. Only 44 out of 136 have been decided by less than a touchdown. That means 92 of them, 92 out of 136, were decided by 7 points or more. Not exactly close, right? And let's shatter another long-held myth. Now, it used to be that everybody would say that teams coming off a bye had an advantage in this round because they're rested, their injured players got healthy, they had an extra week of practice, blah, blah, blah. But that simply has not been the case of late, because teams coming off a bye the past 4 years, 7-9 straight up, 4-12 against the spread. And FYI, one top seed, either from the AFC or the NFC, has been ousted from the playoffs in this round each of the past 4 years. So, if you're New Orleans or Indianapolis, beware. So let's get to today's first game between the Saints and Arizona in the Superdome. New Orleans, right there, laying about 7, right? Listen, what a season for New Orleans. You have to break it down into 2 pieces. Saints started 13-0 straight up. They ended by losing their final 3 games. In Vegas, they started with 6 straight covers. They finished by failing to cover 8 of their final 10 games. Just 2-7 the last 9 times they were laying points this season. Just 1-4 against the spread their last 5 at home. And postseason, well, you know, this has not been a team that has succeeded in the second season. 1-7 ATS in playoff action since 1988. Meanwhile, Arizona, 6-2 straight up on the road this year, 5-0 against the spread in the postseason. The past 2 years, including 4-1 straight up, the only loss, that little game called the Super Bowl last year to Pittsburgh. And in those 5 postseason games, Kurt Warner, hey, last week wasn't the only good game he's had. In those 5 games total, he has completed 72% of his passes for over 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, and this is the most remarkable number, guys, to me. 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions, 16 touchdowns, and he's completed 72% of his passes. Just remarkable. And Arizona, under Ken Wisenhunt, 17-8-1 against the spread as a dog, including 6-0-1 ATS this year. And in those games, by the way, there's a dog this year. Arizona 7-1 straight up. Now, the only negatives in terms of Arizona versus New Orleans, well, you know, the Saints have won 10 of the last 14 straight up, including winning and covering 5 of the last 6 at the Superdome. And Super Bowl losers are 8-17-1 against the spread, coming off a win in the playoffs in recent years. And how about that Arizona defense? What defense? I mean, Aaron Rodgers threw for 422 yards against them and 4 touchdowns. Guys, I think the way to look at this game is take the over. Now, true, this number is the highest posted price in terms of an over-under in the postseason ever. But keep in mind, the 2 previous highest posted totals, those 2 games went over. I say this one does as well. Quick thing, before we get to the Indianapolis-Baltimore game, guys, listen, I want to remind you, still running in conjunction with the Golden Nugget Hotel Casino in Las Vegas, a free giveaway for a High Rollers Getaway Escape Weekend. Every 30 days, one lucky winner is going to get a High Rollers Escape Weekend. And what that entitles you to is a High Rollers suite at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, VIP limo transportation to and from the airport, VIP check-in at the Golden Nugget, and 2 free tickets to Gordie Brown's show at the Golden Nugget as well. And entry to this contest is absolutely free. Just go to the website, click in the upper right-hand corner, enter your email address and your information, and that's all you've got to do. And the best thing about this contest, guys, it is absolutely free. No purchase is necessary. We just held our big playoff party there at the Golden Nugget last weekend. They just opened their new Rush Towers about 3 weeks ago. It is a phenomenal place. It's where I stay. It's where I play. Guys, every 30 days, one lucky winner gets a free VIP Getaway High Rollers weekend for free. So enter the contest now, thanks to the Golden Nugget Hotel Casino. Guys, Indianapolis and Baltimore, rematch of the November 22nd regular season game in Baltimore, won by Indy 17-15 as a 1-point road favorite. In that game, Peyton Manning intercepted a couple of times, but the Colts did pull off the win because the Ravens had to rely on Billy Cundiff's 5 field goals, but he missed another, which could have given them the win, and Joe Flacco. Key interception and a late drive that cost Baltimore. You know, Indianapolis 6-0, both straight up and against the spread in the series since 2004. The question here, though, is can the Colts turn it back on basically after a 4-week hiatus? Because they tossed it in their final 2 games of the regular season, and now they've had the bye week as well. And you know Peyton Manning is 0-2 in the playoffs off a bye. And keep in mind, the Colts this year, 7 of their 14 wins by 4 points or less, laying about a touchdown in this one. Meanwhile, the Ravens are 3-1 straight up on the playoff road the last 2 years. They held New England to just 196 total yards last week. And how about Ray Rice? Huge monster game against the Patriots, 159 yards. But remember, they jumped out to such a big lead. They really weren't challenged by New England. And a negative for Baltimore, 4th straight game on the road. Now, here's how I'm approaching this game. I'm playing it in a 2-team teaser with New Orleans and Arizona. It's my one and only 15-dime playoff teaser of the year, and it's just as strong as last Saturday's 15-dime winner on the Cowboys in their rout of the Eagles. Guys, these 15-dime plays, I'm 24-7 with these plays over the past 2 years, 24-7, and I'm on a 46-27-2 NFL roll. Past 2 seasons, winning 10 out of 15 best bets over the past 8 weeks. In fact, my 2-team playoff teaser of the year, it's the only play I'm making today because I feel the 6 points I'm getting to manipulate the line makes both of these games very, very winnable. Do I make the Cards and the Ravens double-digit road dogs? Do I make the Saints and the Colts near pick-em home favorites? Do I use a combination of both? That's the beauty of a 2-team teaser. And at these prices, both around a touchdown, they are the absolute perfect numbers to tease. So get it now. That's my best bet today, the 15-dime 2-team playoff teaser of the year. And make sure you catch tomorrow's show as I break down both of your Sunday contests, and I'll have a free pick on your San Diego, New York Jets game.